Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk a little about the second round and some implications that I got from watching games yesterday. As yesterday, Sunday, there was an early game again in the NHL. It was Tampa Bay Lightning against the Florida Panthers. The Lightning won it by a score of 5-1 and they looked pretty good. And also Florida looked pretty done. I didn't expect the series to go the way it did until this point. I expected the Florida Panthers to be way stronger. I expected the Florida Panthers to have learned from the experience they had last year when they were eliminated by the Lightning. And I expected them to win. In fact, this did not happen. So, what can we learn about the Florida and Tampa series so far? For Florida, I think, back to the drawing board. There is just this team you can't get over. And I expect them to be very good again next year in the regular season and come back and try again. And maybe they do not run into Tampa next year. And for the Tampa Bay Lightning, there is a good chance these guys can go for a third cup in a row. They can officially become a dynasty. Is a dynasty a positive thing for the rest of the hockey world? Or for sports at all? And I'm telling you this with the experience that I'm also watching soccer, so football here in Europe. I'm from Munich, Germany, and my local club, the FC Bayern München, which I'm a fan of and I'm a member of, they now won their 10th championship, national championship in a row. 10. This is more than a dynasty. This is an era. How do you want to call it? Yeah, and winning 10 championships in a row, this leads to certain effects. First of all, players sign with the FC Bayern in order to become national champion, because there is almost no other way. Many of these guys who are 25, 26, their whole career time, their whole playing time, there was only one club that was the national champion. So, I want to become national champion myself, I have to sign there. And this is a trend I also see in the NHL, when Corey Perry signed with Tampa, when Pierre-Edouard Bellemare signed with Tampa, when Zach Bogosian returned to Tampa. These guys, all of them, could have made more money somewhere else. They could have got more playing time somewhere else, but they signed for cheap. They signed in Tampa to play less, but to win another championship. Is this really the way we want this to go? The second effect, coming back to the FC Bayern thing, the fans. They were so happy when they won their first of the 10 in 2013. Okay, and this year they also won the National Cup and the the Champions League, so the European Champions Cup. It was definitely a great time. Then after 3 years under Pep Guardiola, where they played fantastic, the best football I ever saw them playing. Then it went on and there was another coach, and then there was another coach, and then there was another coach. But still, 10 championships in a row, that's a lot. And fans, they don't celebrate anymore. They're not happy anymore because this is what always happens. This is what they expect. And I remember, in 2013, there was a big celebration for the national championship. The whole city, I know there's always one street where they hold, the fans hold their biggest celebration. It's the Leopoldstraße in the borough of Schwabing. There was a big celebration going on. Everybody was happy. And this year, the 10th in a row, and it was not the first year that it was like that, there was nothing. No celebrations anymore. The fans aren't happy anymore because this is what always happens. Do we also want that in the NHL? Okay, the NHL has some benefits. There's a playoff system which does not exist in European football. There you have only, in Germany it's 34, in England or Spain it's 38 games being played, so home and home against every other team in the league. And who has the most points at the end of the year will be the national champion. There are no playoffs. And also, there is no salary cap. The NHL has these two benefits, the playoff system that can change things around, and the salary cap that at least gets some more equality as we would have without. But do you really want a dynasty? Do you want to see the Tampa Bay Lightning win 10 Stanley Cups in a row, as we have it here in Germany right now? I don't think anybody wants that, because the players will get oversaturated and the fans will also. So what will happen? Will the Lightning win a third cup in a row this year? It's possible. Is it possible that they go for fourth next year? Yeah, that's also possible. Do we want that? I don't. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you want to see the Lightning win 10 championships in a row as the FC Bayern did? Okay, enough rant about that. The other three series are, I think, more interesting. Today will be Game 4 of the St. Louis Blues and the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche leading 2-1. And of course, in Game 3 there was this controversy when first Sam Girard gets hurt for the Avalanche. And then Nazem Kadri crashes into Jordan Binnington and takes him out. Ville Husso had to go back in, and I think Binnington will most likely be out for the rest of the series. Let's see what happens there. Was it intentional by Kadri? I think no. He did not do everything he could to avoid the collision with Binnington, but he also was pushed inside, and I'm 100% sure that he didn't intend to hurt the goalie. Anyway, today will be Game 4 in St. Louis. It will be fascinating to see what happens there. I will not be able to watch that because it will be at 3:30 a.m. my time. I will watch the Hockey Guys summary and also the Sportsnet summary, which will be on YouTube or on the NHL account. Series number 3, which became a series yesterday, is the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, after winning Game 1 and 2, losing Game 3 at MSG. And I was at the series. The Carolina Hurricanes played at Boston in the first round. I was there for Game 3 and Game 4. Some video footage of Game 3. You will find the link up there in the corner. They really have a problem on the road. And I did not see that coming. Not the whole year. They played excellent on the road, had a very, very good record. Suddenly, last change makes a difference, which is quite interesting. I still think the Canes will win the series, as they have home ice advantage, and a possible Game 7 will be in Raleigh. The Rangers will definitely give them a good fight. And then we have this crazy series in the West, the Battle of Alberta, where the Flames and the Oilers go at it. Game 3, the first game in Edmonton, also yesterday at night. The Oilers won it by a score of 4-1. Evander Kane scored a natural hat-trick in the second period, where the Oilers scored 4 goals altogether. I watched the summary of the game, I think 3 times now, because it was fascinating. Absolutely loved it. It was so interesting to see how after this crazy Game 1, where the Flames won at home 9-6. Yeah, we had a 9-6 game in the playoffs this year in the second round. Game 2 then was won by the Oilers by a score of 5-3, which is much more normal and much more past the year 1990. So in the 80s, 9-6 score, that was normal. But since then, I think we have not seen that since the 80s. Finally, Game 3, 4-1 is a pretty normal score. Excellent game by the Oilers, and the combination of Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane, and Zach Hyman, who scored the first goal for the Oilers. These guys are strong. And in case the Oilers go past the Flames, which is still a huge task, they still have to win 2 out of 4. Let's see if they do it. They can give either Colorado or St. Louis, whoever advances right now, it looks like Colorado, but we'll see. They can give them a very, very good ride and a strong competition. And maybe after last year, when the Montreal Canadiens did that, we can see another Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final. Would be quite nice. My point of view. Because, Canada is the land of hockey. Percentage-wise, they have the most hockey fans in the world. it will be fascinating to see if Canada rallies behind the Oilers or the Flames in case they make it to the finals, as they rallied behind the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens, last year. And even Toronto's hardcore fan Steve Dangle, he did with the Sportsnet the Watch a Habs game with Steve Dangle of last year's playoffs. It was interesting to see this guy cheering for Montreal after they took out the team he normally cheers for. Fascinating. Anyway, altogether we're looking at 4 fascinating series in the second round of this year's playoffs. I really hope they will keep up the intensity, and I'm pretty sure they will, because yeah, it's the second round, it's not far, they already can smell the Stanley Cup final. And that's where they all want to go. And I will be here to watch as much as I can, because of my time zone is not the most, not the best to do all of that. But yeah, I can go for a relive, I can go for the summaries only. Anyway, I will do everything to keep up with the scores, with the games of the second round, because it's fascinating. Okay, that's it for this one. Some thoughts on the second round, on series and dynasties. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and see you soon with another video on the channel. Have a good time. Goodbye.